welcome to the NAUGHTPOD, recorded today on the 22nd of June 2014, and I am joined today by Body.
Hello!
Good old Will.
Hello!
And that guy called Raz.
Hi, great, thanks.
I got the good one.
I think you're a little bit bitter because I accidentally ignored you about 5 minutes before we started.
Yeah, there was a lot of anger. I might have called him a prick. Anyways, away from that.
It was like Shaun of the Dead. You were like, oh, prick!
Yeah. Anyways, what have people been up to this week? Starting with Ryan, because I feel I should be nice to you from now on.
Great. It's been an alright week. Nice relaxing one. Just wandering around Salford while it's been warm. Got some sunglasses for once.
That's been a bit warm.
And been editing the stuff that's going out next week.
Ooh.
And we might talk a little bit about that later, but we're not going to reveal it just yet.
Ooh,
but it will be
spoilers.
awesome.
It's going to be
will
good,
awesome.
guys. Will.
You've had a sneak peek, haven't you?
Will, what have you been up to this week?
Well, I've been ill for most of this week. Right, I know. And then, because I'm a smart person, I had Thursday off college, I went in for half of Friday. And because I'm a smart person, I went out on Friday night. And my body is still wrecked. I hurt everywhere. Because I had to carry my friend everywhere because she was a bit tipsy.
Oh no.
A bit, I say. She had one or three too many.
Oh no.
So yeah, so everything hurts. I'm strong, but I'm not like healthy in any way, shape or form. That I can put that with like 2 bottles of Mountain Dew and Pringles and 2 squares bars, which I have for this podcast.
Nice.
As my snack. Yeah, and I've been working on. But while I've been off, I've been working on something secret, which we'll talk about in a minute.
Ooh.
Or in a bit, like half an hour maybe. So stay tuned.
Yeah, I don't know. Is this the stuff that you said to us about? You've got to tell us.
I've got to tell you. I've got to tell you because you brought it up. You brought something up which reminded me of it. I've got to tell you.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't even remember what it is.
I didn't tell you, so you're not going to know. It's a secret.
All right. Anyway, Body, what have you been up to this week?
This week, not a lot really.
How exciting!
I watched.
We are the most boring people on the podcast.
Wow.
Lucy's in Dubai this weekend, and we're just here like, no.
I've watched the. Well, I'm working my way through season 4, but I've watched seasons 1 through 3 of My Name Is Earl.
Good choice.
Because I just fancied watching it again. It's a classic show.
It's a classic.
I've also watched the entirety of series 2 of Life on Mars.
Nice.
And I've just started Ashes to Ashes because it's a great program. Oh, great programs. So yeah. Also, I get my haircut on Tuesday.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, we're ready for that. I can't wait. I hope you show us as soon as it's done.
Yeah, I can't wait to see
definitely.
Like you're walking on the hairdresser, I want a live video chat.
Okay.
Not pod conference.
Oh man, that's pretty good. Yeah, this week I've mostly been working.
You're coming towards the end of your contract.
I'm coming towards the end of my contract, so I'm soon going to be free
to do
to
what
do
you
more,
want to do.
Do some more kind of like NAUGHTPOD stuff, do some more videos that I actually want to make. It's not bad at all. And
cool.
Also played a ridiculous amount of kind of Wolfenstein these past few days because I finally finished up some work.
That's a good game.
It's very good.
I've actually played that now.
Hey.
The Steam, we've been relishing the Steam sale as well. We'll talk about that later. There's not so many games that come out this week, so the game section is going to be like the Steam section for this week and probably next.
Yeah.
It's been pretty decent. And we can talk about what coloured teams we're in as well.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Fight.
It's gonna get pretty heavy today on today's NAUGHTPOD with the amount of war.
Are we all on different teams?
No, me and Will are on the same one, I think.
Yeah.
I don't have a team.
Oh, Kieran, sign up
Nah,
for
man.
it.
I follow my own
conformist. Yeah.
I am my own
He's the
destiny.
white team. He's his own team, like in last place.
He's the
like 10
brown
points.
team. Brown for
Team
beard.
Gabe Newell.
/Gaben.
Gaben. Hi.
Anyway, let's crack on. Let's talk about the latest Yogscast news. It has been a bit. We are a bit dormant today. We're very, very chilled out. I had to get a couple of energy drinks to wake myself up. But there's been some pretty big news this week, actually.
Yeah, it's been pretty
big big things, but to talk about stuff on the main channel, I think the biggest sort of thing that's happened, I suppose, is Lewis pretty much saying that there might not be Shadow of Israfel for quite some time.
Yeah, I do remember seeing that.
It was a comment on the Reddit on the Israfel animated series, which we talked a bit about last week, and basically it was a response to, I think it was the Christmas live streams, wasn't it?
Well, somebody said, hang on, wait, what are you talking about? Hang on.
Somebody on one of Ridge Dog's streams, a fan won a sort of tour of the server, and he got essentially spoilers for Shadow of Israel stuff. Like, I think it's a screenshot, and it's just of some sewer guard Pedro or something.
Yeah, it's like a guy in a sewer, and he's got a little speech bubble.
Yeah, and this was revealed to a fan, and he decided he had the choice to either keep it to himself or share it with the community, and he shared it with everyone. And Lewis has pretty much said that this particular screenshot is a year old and didn't work out at all. Everyone we have recruited to do SOI has failed to do it in a spectacular manner, and there is currently one person working on SOI, me, and I have no time for it. He's basically sort of saying that he tried to test the whole NPC storyline with the special Yog Labs episodes, you know, the Raiders of the Lost Archives. And it did well, but it didn't do as well as Shadow of Israel.
It was so good, though.
So he decided that because it took so much time to do, in the end it wasn't as worth it as it would have been.
Yeah, it's a shame, really, because I did really enjoy SOI, but it's the entire thing of kind of, you know, they got to do what actually works for them.
Yeah.
Do you know what's do you know what's a good thing though? They say everyone they've recruited to do it has failed so far. Do you know who they should recruit next? These guys. In the NAUGHTPOD.
I don't think we're the best storytellers.
We'll make it good.
We're certainly not the best at games.
Yeah. Speak for yourself.
But
we did have that building competition which ended with Will blowing everything up.
No, that's not because you blew up my house.
We didn't blow up your house, we just fired TNT next to it.
And it blew up half of it.
I wasn't there for this.
You weren't, it was just me, him and Sam.
But apparently you all cracked your jokes. But I think it's interesting to note that they've got Tom Clark there, and I think Tom Clark's job is pretty much to be the storyteller of the Yogscast. He writes all of the Dungeon Master stuff for the Yogs Quest. I think he probably writes the scripts for all the little skits and stuff they do as well. And I think that he's pretty much Lewis's PA as well, I suppose. I'm not really sure on his job. You don't really hear much of him.
Yeah,
hidden amongst for shadows.
There's not really much to talk about because SOI has been such a long time, and I stand by what I said last week. It's like they either have to just start really sort of pushing it out there, putting all the stuff out, because it doesn't matter if it's as. I think Lewis might be a bit too critical on the work. It might still be pretty decent, but it might not be as good as Lewis wants it to be. And the more time that it goes on, the better you expect it to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a bit like what happened with Duke Nukem Forever, really, where it's like, 16 years, people were expecting, like, essentially the holy fucking grail, and it came out, and it was...
Diablo 3, yeah.
Diablo 3 wasn't terrible, though. Diablo 3 wasn't a Duke Nukem
Diablo
Forever.
3 was kind of playable, it just had some stupid ideas in it. It was like Duke Nukem Forever was, honestly, a gigantic fucking shambles.
It was... I paid £1 for Duke Nukem Forever, and it was worth £1. Put it that way. I think it was worth £1.
The last Shadow of Israel came out on July 27th, 2012. It's almost been
almost 2 years ago.
Jeez.
I remember,
but they started to dip off, didn't they? Those last couple of SOI episodes, you didn't really know where they were going.
Oh god! I remember texting my friend as soon as they came out. Every single time one came out, I would text him and go, "Oh, I know Shadow of Israel. I need to watch it out. It's brilliant. I love Shadow of Israel. It's probably my favourite series. That's why I make jokes constantly about it on these podcasts. I'm like, Shadow of Israel. Just cough that.
It was good.
I miss it so much. I've been watching it. I've been rewatching the whole series recently.
I've never rewatched it. It's something I want to do. I've loads of time.
Fucking
I've only watched it through the once. Okay, top 5. There was a new top 5 video out this week, and I've always been really critical of the top 5s, as you can imagine.
Because it wasn't done by Ryan.
Because it wasn't done by me, essentially, yeah. But this one was really good. Like, a lot of people have made complaints that there wasn't enough people, and, you know, it was the same sort of stuff on, you know, it was all either the main channel or Sips or Shin. Didn't really sort of explore other channels. But this one kind of got a good...
You know, it's got like Nowsy and...
stripping as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It
was a good tight edit as well. So
it was the little montage of Ross shouting "eat shit" was pretty good.
he really does like that term, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh God.
The amount of shit.
If you've got a little sort of catchphrase, you want to make the most out of it.
Eat shit
What's
is a
Rob's
pretty good
catchphrase?
choice. Except though with
Just brag about it. That's probably bodies.
Oh yeah.
Brag about it.
Me and Consuela, eh?
You
I'm not sure what mine
right,
is.
what is this Consuela thing? You've mentioned this a couple of times.
Was he
Right.
there, Rob, when we came
I
up
don't
with
know. Right, Will is very, very upper class and posh and rich. He's got like 3 houses in France.
it? Right, I have one house in
He's
France.
got like 2 houses in Spain, but he doesn't bother going to Spain. And so we made the joke that he's got like servants, and one of them is Consuela, who he treats really harshly.
Yes,
yeah.
Mr. Marshall.
Okay, that
Mr. Will.
that line is
That's how she
getting cut.
speaks. I think Sam came up with that one because Mr. Rich Dog. I think that's what Sam came up with. Yeah,
Wow.
that's where it came from. Oh.
Yeah, Rich Dog and Paco.
We shouldn't have told everyone that. We should have just kept it to ourselves and let nobody know.
The biggest
Yeah, well,
in joke ever.
you whistle, you do it again. You whistle at me in the videos that are going out next week, and it's just, I've said this to you, it's the rudest thing you could ever do to someone is to whistle at them.
No,
It's like clicking
Oi,
it. Come on.
I do that all the time. Like, cause right, if someone's not listening to me, I'll go. Excuse. I'll say, what? Can you say? I'll start speaking to them, and if they don't listen to me, I'll go whistle at them and click at the same time.
That's fucking
And-
rude, man.
I know, I know it's extremely rude. I just do it by accident.
Waiters take a shit in your food for that, man.
At the first NAUGHTPOD meetup, well, you can do that, Kieran.
Sweet. Right, I'm not a waiter anymore, man. I'm not gonna shit
No,
in
but
your
you will
food.
be for Will.
not anymore.
I leveled up.
Leveled up.
Oh my god. Should we move on?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I think the only problem with the top 5 is that they're so like sporadic.
Yeah,
Like,
there's no real kind of schedule for him.
I mean, they're obviously waiting until they've got enough good moments, but even then, you know, it doesn't matter if it's like a minute long, so long as they're bi-weekly or every 3 weeks, it doesn't matter. But this stretches back to the Watchdog challenge.
How long ago was that?
I don't know actually. I'm trying to work out what episode we might have talked about it.
Long ago.
Maybe about 5 weeks ago, actually.
5
Trying to remember
weeks,
the-
really?
Something like that. Let me go through the episodes of the NAUGHTPOD. Hold on.
Here we go. All the.
Try and guess which one it is.
See, if you ever want to know anything
No,
about
not the Naughty
guest,
Pond.
come to
Oh.
the NAUGHTPOD.
The naughty
Everyone goes to
pond.
Naughty Pond.
Welcome to the naughty pond.
I'm just gonna
Naughty
open a couple of
fish
these up.
dating. What the fuck? I typed in the NAUGHTPOD and the first response is naughty fish dating, naughty online sexy fish, singles dating UK. What the fuck? I am. Should we
Wow.
sound? Oh my
I don't know
god!
what's
Oh
silly.
god! That's a very That's very.
It was
Oh,
start of this month, I think. So yeah, about 3 weeks. Gmod has been the best series of the Ozcast have done in a while. I don't think that's too controversial to say. It's been awesome.
It's
been
a
really well
big
done.
statement.
It's fucking
but
brilliant.
I
It
do
fits them
agree.
perfectly,
It's
it's
so
agreed.
good. It's been really fun to watch.
I mean, I think that is just Gmod. It's just nice to have a game that isn't Minecraft that they could just piss about on, essentially, because that's all they're doing. And then it's short and concise enough that it doesn't get boring, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the bit when they're in the garage and then
Garage. Garage.
Right.
Garage.
Right, the bit when the garage, the bit when they're into garage, and someone's
from the north!
shoving the fucking. So okay, is it like Sips or Shin's trying to get into the garage, and then
it's Shin that's trying to get in.
It's that's fucking brilliant. That bit, it's just so fucking brilliant.
They've just got to learn not to ghost. I think people on the subreddit are going a little bit over the top, like, oh my god, Hannah's ghosting. Oh, doesn't really affect it that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they've gotten better about it because like in the earlier episodes, they were like, "Oh my god, he's behind you," but in this recent episode, they were like, they were talking, but they weren't, you know, talking about where people were and such.
It was interesting. I mean, I think you've just got to appreciate the way that the Oscast do videos. I mean, obviously this is a bit more. I've seen this a lot more recently because I have been editing the videos that we've done. And I'll say that there's perspective flipping, exactly the same as the Oscast, you know, when my view of said game isn't very good, I can switch to Body or Lucy or whoever. It's very difficult to not copy the Oscast when you're doing that.
Yeah.
So,
especially, you know, when we're such big fans and we're like, really like what they do.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, me and Kieran were talking about it last night, and it's somebody is going to pop up and go, oh, you've just basically copied the Yogscast format, and like, oh, this is very Yogscast influenced, and we'll be like, well, yeah, no shit.
You could say the same thing about like Rooster Teeth. Rooster Teeth, their Let's Plays are the same as the Yogscast. They just switch views, and they're playing one thing together, but they just switch views. It's the same thing.
I was meaning more the sort of like the flipping avatars, I suppose. Not so much using other people's perspectives, because if you've got a big group and you don't flip perspectives, you're kind of an idiot, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
or 12, like sort of
using Movie Maker,
low frame rate. Yeah, low frame rate. And it's the whole sort of finding decent ways to flip through people's perspectives, let you know who they are. And it's kind of difficult to not copy the Yogscast in doing that, or Rooster Teeth, but then again, Rooster Teeth just have their names in the top right hand corner, don't they?
Oh, it's left-hand corner.
Yeah.
Oh my god, seriously?
So if you're going to be pedantic about it. Yeah, well...
then the ones that were really clever at doing it were, of course, Hat Films.
Oh, yeah,
they've got the best transit. It's a bit over the top, but it's the best transition. You know, you're instantly watching a Hat Films video and the flip perspectives like that. And for the sounds of it, they put a lot of effort in, because when they started, they used Final Cut, and that rotating box transition was quite basic.
It's actually in there, yeah.
But if it's not on Premiere Pro, which they switched to, so they've had to sort of find a plugin, like an add-on, so it does that. So they were very committed to keeping that, definitely. But Hat Films are fucking awesome when they do stuff like that. You know, the little things at the end of videos that said to subscribe and check out the Reddit.
Yeah, those are nice.
Just, it's so good. I think that's why I like them so much, is because obviously I'm that media influence, because I did a media degree, that I can appreciate quality content when I see it.
Yeah, it's the same with me.
Which is why when I watch some people's Let's Plays, I can only last about a minute before I go, no, I can't watch it. I can't put myself through it.
For me, it's all about kind of like the personality per person and the production behind it. It's gotta be good.
I guess my advice at the moment doesn't count for shit, but one day when people know my name, this is the advice I'll give them. Like, have fun with it, of course. There's no point doing Let's Plays or whatever if you're just gonna stress yourself out or you're bothered about making money, because it's never that easy. Nothing's ever that easy. I compare it to, like, it's like playing in a band. You know, you mostly do it for fun. Everybody has that idea of being rich and famous, but it does take effort, it takes time, and it takes teamwork. And if you've got quality equipment, then even better.
Yeah.
Other channel news, I think probably has the biggest news of this week, which came out of the blue for everyone, which made it even better. Zoey posted a picture of herself.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Holy shots!
really changes nothing, to be honest, in the big picture.
It's
very good for her.
like
It's
a
really good
huge
for her
thing
that
for
she's
her,
done it.
yeah.
It's a big step, yeah.
But like I'm not. That sounded really mean the way I said that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that did.
I know. I'm a huge fan of
I've cut
Zoey.
that out. Start again.
Yeah, okay. I'm a huge fan of Zoey. I love her. She's really funny, brilliant.
Do you will?
and-
Because the way you said it before didn't sound
I know
like
that sounded really mean. That happens occasionally. I just come out like something that sounds really mean, and I don't actually mean it in a mean way.
What you got to do, Will, is you got to
Yeah.
think before you start speaking.
Do I? Have you heard some of the shit I've said on this? I don't think I'm not the type of person to think. Right, okay.
You
I
said
love
in
Zo-
a conversation last week that you ate dodo once.
Did I?
Yeah,
No, I
you
said
did.
I said I'd eat dodo. I didn't say I
No,
had
you said you'd eaten dodo, and I was like, didn't they go extinct in the 1800s?
No, I said I'd eat dodo. If you listen back to it, I said past 10. No, future tense.
We were playing Monaco, and Sam was on about saying that he'd eaten giraffe meat.
Yeah,
Something like
Like,
that. He
it's-
said, "Oh yeah, the dodo
a lot of people
meat."
do.
We were like, "Wait, say that again."
Right, back on topic. I love Zoey. Zoey's brilliant. I've also had some problems with social stuff. Like, before I even spoke to you guys, I was like shaking and panicking stuff.
What about us?
Yeah, because do you know, I hate meeting new people. I can't do it. I can't go to the shops on my own. We were in college the other day, a bit of a tangent, and we were queuing up for Starbucks, and all of a sudden I was like, I can't order this. I can't do it. So I just walked out. And all my friends I had like 3 friends with me, and they were like, just order it. I was like, no, I can't do it. So I just walked off.
Are you sure it just wasn't the fact that you thought Starbucks was too common for you? I can't drink.
I can't order.
this.
I can't be seen in here.
No, but yeah, so I have a lot of respect for Zoey with that, and this is like, I can't imagine releasing a real picture of me. Some people will probably find it on the internet somewhere,
many people as well. I guess like the longer that she'd leave it to not show a picture, the more
It'd build
tension
up.
would build. But I like
Yeah.
the way that she didn't be like, right, I'm going to release a picture of myself, guys. She just went, somebody put it in the comments earlier. Rose was feeling a bit insecure about wearing glasses. So she sent a picture of her wearing glasses.
I know, that came out of nowhere.
I think that's what made it so awesome. Was it just was completely out of the blue?
She didn't make a whole video about it, like, oh my god, guys, here you go, picture of me. No, she was like,
But
there you go, offhand comment,
It
whatever.
reminds me of when I first saw a picture of Lewis and Simon. It's
Oh,
alright
God.
seeing a picture of them, but you can't. The next step now is you want to see their face move as they talk. To put the voice. I can't put Zoe's voice to that picture. If that makes
I
any
can't
sense.
either. It just sounds. It just look like it's really weird to do. Yeah, I know what you mean exactly. But do you
So,
remember the first picture of Lewis that got released? It was like that one in the dark restaurant where he's like pulling a stupid fucking
Oh
face.
yeah, and the first time I saw that, I was like, because in that picture he looked loads like this guy which my mum and dad knew, and I was like, oh my god, what if, and then it wasn't, because this guy's like 50 something.
I mean,
Thanks,
you get used to it
Honky
now
Tonk, I
because
do
you
look
see Lewis and Simon in every other video now.
Yeah,
But back then, I remember the first. Was it 300,000 subscribers where Simon had the dwarf mask on?
yeah.
He was digging a hole in his back garden, and he took it
300,000?
off. So it might have been that or 30,000. I can't remember.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah, and you thought, oh my god, it's him. His mouth's moving as he's talking. I know that sounds like, well, yeah, but
Oh man.
hashtag
suddenly-
nostalgia.
hashtag nostalgia. So it's nice. I kind of feel like some people have made too big of a deal with it, which I think is what you were trying to say before, Will.
Let's not go into that. Yeah, that's what I was about to say that. Let's not go into that.
It's just
Basically, Will doesn't think that Zoe deserves the praise which she's gotten. So.
No, I think it's. I said that, but I qualified my statement with saying I've also had social issues, and I cannot imagine releasing a picture of myself to the public.
it'll happen one day.
Yeah, probably. Oh god, probably. And then
We'll force it upon
the
you.
girls of the NAUGHTPOD fan base will just swoon over me and dump their boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. They'll leave them for me.
The letters that Consuela will receive.
She'll have to go through each and every one, reply. She'll have to she's gonna have to reply to every single
She'll go,
letter.
oh no, another
no.
set of underwear. Oh.
No, Mr. Wilderpod is not here.
Mr. Wilderpod.
No, it's weird.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
Oh.
Ah, fucking hell.
Amazing. Amazing.
So Zoe, you're awesome. We love you.
Dirt Quest Origins. We're finally getting the backstory to.
Backstory.
Sips coming out of the dirt in
God.
in a typical Sips way. You got the outtakes just before it started, which made the video so much better.
Because it's nice to like see what they were going for and how they went for it like before.
Yeah, for the final take. It's like behind the scenes, like outtakes.
I just love the way that Lewis is sort of controlling everything, and it's not on his channel. It's on. I think it's on Sips's, isn't it? Shin's Farm is obviously on Shin's channel, but the Dirt Quest Origins is on Sips's. But it's made out that it's like an extra episode of Shin's Farm, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, I'm still laughing about. Oh, Mr. Wilderford not here. Yeah, I thought it was good. Like, seeing behind the scenes and outtakes and stuff, and Sips back in Minecraft, and well, actually like a proper actual series. I can't wait. Like, I haven't really been watching Dirt Quest, but
oh my God.
I know.
Can't wait.
I've done that typical thing that I've kind of not had enough time to keep up with Shin's Farm and stuff. That I'm so many episodes behind. I'm just like, I can't be bothered to watch through them all. I've done this with Shatblock, and I still need to finish that. I'm like in episode 40.
I haven't started watching that yet.
It's good. It's just I always keep forgetting about it.
I've never really watched much Hat Film stuff. I know it's like if Lucy was here, she'd probably like jump through my computer screen to kill me. But
she heard you from Dubai.
But no, I haven't really. Like, I tried to watch their series they're doing with the Yog Box. Is it Yogcraft, something like that?
Yog Pack Complete.
Yeah, I just can't really get into it. I'll give it another go after this though. Maybe we'll have a look.
Usually, when it's like a really, really long-running series, if I lose track of it, I just hop into the latest episode and just don't bother with watching the old ones.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
Because usually they're not really relevant anymore once you get quite far, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I did that with Moon
that.
Quest. Like, I must have missed about 20 episodes in between. I only started watching when they got to the moon. I think. Like, all of the stuff really preparing for it. And then obviously I saw the live stream and just continued from there.
Yeah,
it's kind of like watching a soap opera. It's like you've missed so much, but you only need to watch a couple of episodes before you're back in. You understand everything. Not that
Ryan's
I ever watch soap operas.
Don't you live around the corner from Coronation Street, Ryan?
I don't live too far away from Coronation Street.
Yep. Oh God.
We'll have to go there.
Where I actually live as well, back in Yorkshire, I don't live too far from where Heartbeat was filmed.
Wow, Ryan the soap opera guy.
Girlfriend, I think the place is called.
We got Rob Brydon and Steve Coogan here.
Really?
Vienna Whitewell is near where I live.
Good.
Oh, I went there the other week.
Do
Do you remember my granddad's party story? Do you remember that with the champagne?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it was. The Inn at Whitewell. Holy shit!
Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
It was Kieran that served you.
Oh my God! It could have been.
It wasn't.
Was there anyone who whistled and clicked at you?
I came in with like a Mexican woman on a lead. Yeah.
That went dark super quickly.
That's gone. That's gone.
No, keep that in.
Where we are, we've only got what's that program with Martin Clunes in it?
Oh, Doc Martin.
That's it. We had that once. He walked across the bridge. And that was it.
Yeah, we had that once. He walked to the bridge and I was
Should
down.
we move on?
Kim's Tumblr post. She put a. It's not even on. Yeah, it's on Tumblr. Sorry, I've just realised. I was sort of looking at it, going, but there's only one thing on her Tumblr, which is weird. Has she made like a new one?
Yeah, she's got two. She's got the Nanosounds one, which is kind of mainly a personal one, and then the Yogscast Kim box.
Okay.
Which is
this is on a personal one, and it's very gives you an insight to the shit that she gets on a daily basis. Not just from people on YouTube, but what surprised me is other professionals don't want to work with her.
It's a scarily big thing, really. Like, I've kind of noticed it watching some people. kind of on Twitter and stuff, they kind of sort of like don't like the Yogscast, and it's like I'm not really sure why.
Like when Hat Films joined the Yogscast, one of my friends who was a very die-hard Hat Films fan was like, "Why have they done this? Why have they done this? Everyone hates the Yogscast. He's a Hat Films fan. Why have they joined them?" And I was just like, whatever.
I don't know how you can hate.
He got over it.
Like, obviously, I'm going to say this because this is Yogscast podcast, but I can't see how you would hate the Yogscast.
Some people just don't get the humour. That's what comes down to.
That's the main reason.
Some people like don't get my humour. Like I don't know how you wouldn't get it. Consuela.
But it's one of those things. It's like, for example, PewDiePie. We're not. None of us. That's the sort of reaction that I'd expect.
Yeah,
but
I don't understand how he got 25 million subscribers.
The thing is,
I've never met someone who likes PewDiePie. I've never met them.
See, this is the thing. I don't necessarily watch PewDiePie. I kind of watch his stuff sometimes and I go, it makes you want to cringe. But at the same time, kudos for him for doing that well. I wouldn't sort of refuse to shake his hand if I ever met him. I don't hate him and I don't dislike him.
Yeah, I'm kind of like...
I'm just not a fan. It's the same with like stuff like Made in Chelsea and stuff. I don't hate it, I'm just not a fan.
Yeah, but that is terrible. That is terrible.
Hating stuff and hating people takes up too much of my time that I could be sleeping or eating.
Wow.
There's a not quote right there. Hating people is too much trouble.
Unless you will.
But back to this. It's just a shame. That's really it. It's just a shame that this is got to a point now where Kim is struggling.
See, I've never really been a big fan of Kim. I enjoy it. Like some of her stuff's really good. But it's just not my cup of tea. I don't hate her. She's a lovely person.
I don't see her as like a typical Yogscast personality.
No, she's very different.
If she was in Gmod, I'd be a bit like maybe she'd struggle to fit in, perhaps. But that's why Kim's good. She's something else.
I think she would fit in Gmod more than like Tech It and stuff like that. I think she'd fit in a lot better in Gmod. I think it should be funny in the Gmod series with like Shin and Duncan and everyone.
But you see what I'm getting at. She's not that kind of.
She's not.
She's more
personality.
Professional.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because one thing I quite like, I go to Kim more than other Yogscast is her reviews of games and stuff like that. Because she did like print. She was a magazine writer and all this sort of games reviewer.
PS Access for a bit.
Yeah. So you can trust her opinions, and so that's something which she has, which others don't really have. Which is good.
Yeah, it's definitely good.
Because if Yogscast was all the same people, like they were all just exactly the same humour, you wouldn't be as interested.
No,
you'd watch
Lewis and Simon. That's it.
I think as well. I mean, doing a YouTube channel on your own must be tough.
Yeah.
Really, I kind of think Simon and Lewis have always been okay with it, and it's the same with us. If we ever got to that stage where we just got a load of hate, I think we'd be okay because there's so many of us.
We just stand by each other.
And Sam's always kind of like that person that is just like, oh, just leave them be.
Yeah.
So I think there's enough of us that we can sort of take it, I guess. But if you're doing it on your own and you're working as hard as her, for somebody to send these demands and bad comments through to your personal Twitter, I imagine it does get to you. And I think as TB said once, it's like death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
While we've just been having this discussion, I've tightened a rubber band around the end of my finger really, really tight, and now it is literally purple. And I'm going to tweet
a picture.
I'm going to tweet a picture of it right now.
Already there. Live. Go to twitter.com/ what's your Twitter name?
Rob Body. Yeah.
Robert Mugabe. Who
the fuck brought Mugabe into it?
I don't know. What's that from? I think it's from like a comedy show. Yeah, Robert Mugabe. No, one comedian. A comedian goes like something like, she says Robert Mugabe like that. I can't remember who it was. Oh fuck!
It's really, really purple.
So whenever I think of Robert, I think of Robert Mugabe. I don't know why.
Nice.
But yeah, what Kim's doing is essentially the future of game journalism. I'm not the kind of person that's like, words are dead. People don't use words anymore for reviews. No, people still do.
Yeah.
I think people do still read. I don't understand why you even have to pick between words or video.
I'd rather watch video, but like if I'm watching like if I want to watch something that takes like 20 minutes, half an hour, I'll watch a video like Total Biscuits or someone. If I want to watch a video that's like 5 minutes, I'll watch Yahtzee because that's a very like who does zero punctuation. Who doesn't know that? That's a very like concise, quick opinion.
Yeah.
If I want to
quickly
actually study a game, like go deep into it, I'll either play it myself and form my own opinion, or if I haven't got the time or don't have the money to play that game, I will just read a long review by someone I actually trust, which is very few in game journalism. Probably comes down to about Kim, Total Biscuit, Yahtzee, and that's probably it. So, and like, no, IGN, just ignore IGN completely, and GameSpot and all them. Just, those sites are just awful. Just ignore them completely. Their opinion is completely changed by the fact that they get paid by these companies. What's it called? I know it's GameSpot, but I can't remember what the reviewer was called. And basically, basically, I just paid a fortune to get GameSpot, like the whole front page, every page on GameSpot was like, Kane & Lynch, buy it now, all along the side, along the top banner and stuff, massively advertised. Then the GameSpot reviewer, who was, I think, was he called Jeff or something? I forgot his name. Yeah, he's like, he's one of the best reviewers in gaming. I still don't fully trust his opinion because he's like a mainstream journalist. Mainstream, hipster. But he wrote a review which basically fucked that game over because that game was utter shite. That game was terrible. And basically, I just said to GameSpot, if you don't fire them, we'll take all our money back. So they fired. I'm sure it was Jeff someone. So that's why I don't trust mainstream big journalism like that. That's a perfect example.
Was it Jeff Stelling?
No, it was Jeff Gertzman. Jeff Gertzman. Yeah, him. I think he's back at GameSpot now because he came back.
Jeff Stelling.
Okay.
But yeah, Kim's Tumblr post. It's sad, and I guess it's a reflection of what YouTube really is like. I mean, everybody, the personal side of it. I
think it's like ours. We post ours on like the Yogscast subreddit, our subreddit, and we specifically say, please leave feedback, and we rarely get feedback on how to improve. It's just like
we do just get people downvotes, which you can kind of get. I mean, people always do it for example, when a video of Nick Cropton, the Pod Games gets put on, or Cavcast. You know, when people are like openly going, check this out, this isn't really anything to do with the Yogscast, but check this out because this guy's really cool. You're going to downvote it because it's not relevant.
It's
you kind of get some people are going to see our podcast on there and go,
I like that joke.
Stop using this as like publicity. But
Even
then again,
it's a Yogscast podcast.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what we need to do. I refuse to put it on there. I always get Sam to do it, but simply, it makes me a bit nervous putting it up there. But we seem to have a good, decent reaction. Usually, we're always plus upvotes, which is thanks to you, the people in the comments and stuff, upvoting it. And Pi is cool, of course, moderating that Reddit, which is the best place on the internet, I think. But yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of the Reddit, because we had that long conversation about Reddit and all that, Alex Parvis thinks that the Yogscast subreddit hates him.
I think the comment was a little bit in jest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more joking.
He didn't seem...
It's like...
Because I remember reading it and I was like, where does he say this? Because this sounds really serious for what Pav's saying. Then turns out it's the end of the... It's like the preview for the next episode of...
Pandora?
Yeah.
Because obviously, you know, like when they did the Civ series, they did... Like, Pav would be the bringer of chaos. And he infuriated quite a few people, and they voiced their opinion. And I can understand why he thinks that a lot of people don't like him. But I mean, it's just a small minority, really, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure we talked about this before, that his audience just isn't as big as the others, and so they're obviously going to prefer the others over him.
Yeah.
But I said this when we talked about Civ last time and people hating on Pav. If he doesn't essentially be a bit of a dickhead, He doesn't do much at all.
Yeah.
That's what he brings to the game, is chaos.
To the game.
The chaos reigns.
Yeah.
As we know.
He's there to sort of instigate problems and wind people up so they go to war. If nobody went to war in a game of Civ, it'd be pretty dull.
Yeah.
If that mini war at the start between Shin and Part happened, there wouldn't really be a lot going on. You need that bit of tension and a bit of kerfuffling.
It would be a bit like our games of Civ, where Will always says he's going to fight people and it acts really intimidating and then just doesn't do
Exactly.
anything. That's
my job, is to piss people off.
But we will do a Civ game at some point. Please get on at Sam. We're not going to hide it. We won't say when, but we will do.
Okay.
Sam refuses to buy Gods and Kings of Brave New World, so annoy him about that.
Like I said, I'm going to get them basically because they haven't got into like one of the main day sales yet.
They will be there though, definitely.
Yeah, they'll be there, and when they are, I'll get it.
Pick him up.
I thought I'd add this in because I think it's been a nice, interesting conversation. What are people's favourite Yogscast video of the week?
Out of every single channel?
Do you want me to start? So you've got out of everyone.
Go right ahead.
Just trying to think who it is. Pyrian played a bit of Hearthstone with Blitz, I think, this week. And let's have a look.
God, you've put me on the spot now.
I forgot his name, but Blitz. And that and the Dota video that they put out yesterday of a match where Pyrian and Sips just dominated have been great. I really like, because I'm not really into Hearthstone enough. Like, I play the game and I love it, but I don't know fuck all about it. I'm not a pro. But having somebody that's a bit rubbish with somebody that is a pro at Hearthstone is quite interesting to see. It's very much like how Minecraft started out with How to Survive the First Night. You've got Lewis, which doesn't know anything about the game, and then Simon that's there going, right, we need to knock down trees, we need to set up a house. Which is hilarious how that switched over the years for Lewis to be the one that knows what's going on and Simon being like, what? But yeah, definitely Pyrian and Blitz's Hearthstone game.
Cool.
That's a good choice. I'd actually have to go out and say mine was actually Yog Bowl.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Because it just kind of shows, like, you know, at the end of the day, kind of Yogs guys, once again, like we said before, they're just people, but my god, they're funny.
Yeah.
Also, Terps fucking sucks at bowling, so...
Oh my god, yeah. I was expecting them to be all, reasonable, but there was some pretty poor skills there. Not that I could ever beat them, to be honest. I'm pretty terrible myself.
Confirmed, we need NAUGHTPOD ball off.
Oh god, that's gonna be fun. We can the NAUGHTPOD meetup. We can we can bowl. I bowl.
Which might happen someday. We talked about it today, but it probably won't be this year.
We can all meet up in Fleetwood.
Oh no!
What?
Oh.
We can all go and get stabbed and stink of fish.
Great.
Oh god.
Body and Will, what are your favourite videos?
Do you want to go first, Rob?
Okay, I'm gonna go... I don't know whether to go for Kim or Sips. Basically, I'll go for Kim, since she was, we loved her in this podcast. My favourite video this week has been Kim's Tomodachi Life.
God, that game.
Because, I don't know, they're just great. Like, the last episode is called Lewis in Love. Just... I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's the result of what she chooses for Lewis. It's pretty goddamn hilarious. You've got to watch it. So there you go. That's my favourite video.
That reminds me of a potential thing that we'll do with the NAUGHTPOD soon.
Oh.
Involving Sims.
Oh yeah.
Oh god. That's going to be fun to do. That's going to be...
One day that'll happen. One day we want to do more games, but the problem is Steam sale now, which we'll obviously talk a little bit about
in a minute.
We want to get as many games now, but we don't want to sort of go, right, we need to do all of this in one week.
Yeah, we don't want to burn ourselves
Don't expect that we're going to be putting out daily videos, because we're not, and I don't think we will be for a while. But we'll do what we can, put it out. This is the priority, of course. This is what we're here to do.
Yeah.
This is why we haven't had guests. This is why we haven't really pushed the boat out. We need to make sure that we know what we're doing before we start being
adventurous.
Bigger.
Adventurous. And Will, what's your favourite Yogscast video of the week?
I was gonna say either Zoey's Tamagotchi Life or Fee Zone. Is it Fee Zone or Fi Zone or something like that?
Fee Zone.
Fee Zone. With I think it's only a week ago. So yeah, with Goat Simulator with Fiona.
Oh god.
But I'd have to go with Goat Simulator because Rob said Tamagotchi Life. But yeah, so Goat Simulator.
It was so funny.
It was fucking Zoey and Fiona. They just have like the best chemistry, and that's probably because they are together. They have good chemistry naturally. But yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. I get you.
Okay.
So, not relevant. I thought I'd mention this briefly as well. Phil Fish, the developer of Fez, came out and just essentially attacked all Let's Players, saying that they all owe him money if they played his game.
I used to like Phil Fish.
I still do. I still do like Phil Fish. Please, Phil, stop being a dick.
He's one of those people. He's probably a really nice guy, but he always says the wrong
He
thing.
is a really nice guy. I know he is.
There was a kind of really good video which I watched this week actually, which brought it up, where it's like whenever Phil Fish says something positive, kind of media doesn't really focus on it anymore. So it's like half the time they don't say like Phil Fish kind of like comes out with some bullshit. It's like, we knew he was going to say something like this, and he did. And now he's a dick. And it's like,
yeah, because
I think Phil Fish is really fucking pretentious, and I thought Fez was shit. But I think he gets a bit too much shit at times.
Yeah. I love Fez.
This was mentioned on the... I remember watching an episode of The Patch on Rooster Teeth, and they basically said that the amount of shit that game developers get from people is probably 5 times more than people like Kim and Let's Players will get.
That's the thing, though, because their audience is much bigger. Like Kim might have 500,000 subscribers or whatever, but Fez sold like 4 or 5 million copies.
Yeah,
it's like, it's just like, and when you pay, because you're watching YouTube for free, when you pay for something, you feel a strong connection to it. So people are naturally going to complain if they paid. I paid, I think, £8 or £10 for Fez, and I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I love Phil Fish. Phil Fish is one of my heroes in gaming.
I think it's one of those things where it's like, I was so happy to see all of these other game developers defend Let's Players. There was one that I can't remember what game it was for, but they basically said when Total Biscuit reviewed their game, their sales went up 3 times more than they would get if it was on a Steam sale, which is ridiculous.
I think
really.
Yahtzee said that once before as well. That it was when he reviewed Painkiller, which is an awesome game by the way. You should totally play it. He said that after his review went up, the sales for that game trebled on Steam, which is just incredible. Because
can I just say as well, while we're on that subject, the press about Let's Players are terrible. They always go on about how much money PewDiePie makes, never goes on about how much money he gives to charity. I'm just putting that out
Does he give
there.
a lot to charity?
That's all I really need to say.
He gives a
I think he gives. Yeah.
Oh, well.
The fact that you don't know shows enough. Like, oh, he earns £4 million. He earned £4 million.
Well, I don't get angry about that. He earned £4 million. I don't get angry about that. I'm like, oh, he's fucking taking all our money. I don't care. He earns what he wants because he works hard for it. I understand that, but I just didn't know that he gave lots of charities. I don't really focus on PewDiePie.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's the whole. I think it's just the fact that the more people hear how much money PewDiePie can make, and the whole attitude of how hard can it be. Just putting that out there, it is pretty difficult.
Just to go back,
it's very stressful.
Just to go back to the whole, game developers get a lot of stick. In the indie game, the movie, with Phil Fish in it, he talks about.
That's one of my favourite movies.
Yeah, it's great. He talks about because basically Fez was like delayed loads, for however many years.
Well, it took 5 years development. He was thinking it would take 1 or 2.
Yeah,
it's basically to remake the game the 4th time it was when it was released. I think it was 3rd or 4th time.
Yeah, and basically they have a little section where it shows like comments upon the on the game, and they're like, "Kill yourself" and all this stuff. And considering it's just one guy working on this side, apart from that.
Renard Bernard.
Yeah, that's it.
Renard Bernard or something.
Yeah,
but
and he had all the stuff about like the lawsuits and all that going on at the same time. It's hard, and you've got to recognise that.
It's a passion, like everything. It's like art. Let's play being in a band, being a musician.
You have to take that hate, but
you gotta the bigger you get, the more shit.
He was on his own, and he was getting hate for 5 years. Well, not for about 3 or 4 years. He was getting hate for it. He was on his own for most of it. His girlfriend left him. His dad got cancer. his mum and dad broke up, and then in the film, if you watch it, it shows him having a mental breakdown, and it is just like, it's so depressing to watch because there's so many developers out there that's like one person working on a game, and they'll go through that, but it won't be publicised as much as Phil Fish was, and their game probably won't do as well as Fez because Fez was so
kind of like. I imagine that's what it was like with Yog Ventures as well.
Yeah.
That's in the
to an
shitter
extent.
right now.
It wasn't just that they blew loads of money on a game. I think they were being a bit optimistic with it. It seemed to get more and more ambitious the more it went on. And of course, the more money ran
that's
out.
like that's Duke Nukem Forever. That's the problem with Duke Nukem Forever, is that a game is a focused vision. You can't like bring in different things, because the reason Duke Nukem Forever failed was because I forgot his name now. The guy who was working on it, the main guy. See, I'm clicking in the background just because I'm trying to think.
Yeah, but you're not clicking at people.
But
the guy
to prompt.
Consuela, shut my shoes. The guy who was working on it, every time he played a game, he'd be like, "Oh, I want this feature," so he'd add that feature to the game, and the game would just get longer and longer and full of more and more shit that you'd have to make. And if you've ever made anything for a game, it takes fucking forever.
Goes back to the whole female in Assassin's Creed as well.
Yeah, it's just a lot of work. Yeah, we're not talking about that much, but you know.
No, I removed it from the last podcast for obvious reasons. Steam sale. We've all been pretty busy at that.
A bit.
Yeah.
I literally have no money at the moment, so it's very tricky. But most of the games I've already got anywhere from the winter sale, so it's not as bad.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to get paid so I can actually get some stuff in the Steam sale. At the moment, I've already kind of got XCOM, which is the main thing I was looking for. And for a laugh, I started playing it with kind of members of a NAUGHTPOD. I told Will this before, but he's already died.
Oh god, I know.
Oh yeah, on XCOM.
Yeah, poor Will.
Yeah.
I love it though. Like, you were mentioning the Sims thing before. It's like, oh, so we got the Sims. It's like everyone living happily. And then we got mine, where it's basically George R.R. Martin writes the NAUGHTPod.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, thank you for watching. Retweet list, buddy. Go.
Executive producers and retweets for this week. You forgot to do them.
Okay, yeah, I'm doing them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
now.
okay, sorry.
Okay.
We won't do music.
Mine's not Goes Qatar this week.
What is?
I do.
Shut up, Ryan. You haven't got it.
What are the executive producers? Why? Are
Well,
they...
you know, like the old NAUGHTPODs used to do.
I know what they are, but why are they?
Yeah, but
I
they
don't know,
gave them money. These people have. You've just picked two people at random.
No, I haven't. They were in the chat and they were being awesome. They were talking about cool stuff.
Yeah, and you just picked them at random.
Yeah.
There's loads of people in the chat that.
Yeah, but okay, I picked them at
God,
random. What are you gonna fucking do?
Okay.
Fight me, Ryan.
I'm not gonna mention.
Let's
them.
end the podcast.
Okay. Should I do retweet list or Twitch list first?
Do Twitch, then retweet. Just to change it up, you know. Change it up.
Okay. Twitch. The Hal13. Cool _beans _Claire. Scroll up. Terraverte. TERREVERTE. Global Ice Cream. It's a good name. Allegor. Teekster98. And Erika. EERIKAAH. Well. And that's it for the Twitch. And for the Twitter, the retweet list, if you want to be on this retweet list, you got to retweet the tweet. Oh my god, how many times am I going to say the word tweet?
Why can't I read this? Why can't I read this?
Oh, right, you read it then. Go on.
Okay.
Go on. Don't care.
At Mayaush, also known as Gecko. At Mr. Rasmus Kring. Strange name. Luke. Oti Goti, you know him from the famous podcast, The NAUGHTPOD. Mia is at Flowers Like Mia. Forklift Nipples. At Fawcett Unicorn. And then Sten at Stenny Mouse. And, of course, the lovable, the often late Ryan. York Raz _
What do you mean late?
Well, you know. Not soon. I don't know.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I can't.
I'm not dead. I'm not expecting a child. I'm not pregnant. I'm not late.
I don't know.
I don't know where that came from.
Thank you for watching the NAUGHTPOD. This is when you start the outro music.
Podcast.
This is when you start the outro music like. however it goes, like.
We don't use the intro as the outro.
What's the outro music then?
I don't know. We need an outro music.
Right, there's outro music. Captain Rhythm. Captain Rhythm, get on it.
You are here.
We're going. Bye.
Okay. Bye now.
Bye.
Okay, we quickly like to wish happy birthday to the lovely Kim, who's done the artwork for our channel and has done the fanimation, something like that. Yeah, that, for which is also available on our channel. It's the what was it? Trial one. Trial. Yeah. This is the actual finish. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Bye. Mwah.